The scriptures are fascinating in their content. Two large divisions, Old and New Testament, but 66 separate divisions within those two. And then on the different pages, we find different kinds of words. Some are fascinating in the sense of their action-adventure, others beautiful poetry, still others wise philosophical observations, many of them very practical application for life. And then we find those other pages a little less interesting, but they show up frequently in the Old Testament, even in the New. We call them genealogies. They are the list of people who lived and died, who had children or didn't, who lived here and over there, who accomplished this or that. They're not terribly interesting in and of themselves unless you are really into that sort of thing. And yet within those genealogical lists, once in a while, there's a unique insight. That's the case in 1 Chronicles chapter 4. In the middle of listing, this person lived, this person died, here are his children. There's an observation about a man who's given a name, and we have a reason for his name. His name is Jabez. In 1 Chronicles 4, verse 9, we're reminded that he had his name because his mother gave it to him. She had borne him with great pain, and so she labeled him Pain, and what became known as Old Painful. But he wasn't satisfied with that, and he didn't allow the name that he was named with name him. He made a prayer to God. And in 1 Chronicles 4:10, we have a record of his prayer. Jabez cried out to the God of Israel, "Oh, that you would bless me and enlarge my territory. Let your hand be with me and keep me from harm, so that I will be free from pain." And God granted his request. All of us at one time or another face the pain of life, emotional distress, mental anguish, spiritual defeat. Wise men of the past and great leaders in the faith have discovered when we change our attitude, we can change our pain. Paul learned to rejoice. Jesus, at the height of his pain, learned to forgive. Jabez, in the midst of his pain, learned not to be all painful, but he learned to pray. Jabez moved beyond life's pain by first of all being a very humble person. He recognized he couldn't face life alone, and so he asked for the help of God. Jabez was a man of faith, and so when he faces the complications of life in an imperfect world, he asks for God to enlarge his territory. Jesus taught us about a mustard seed-sized faith, that when that mustard seed-sized faith would make its request, it could move mountains. I ran across a humorous poster recently, a tiny seed held in between two fingers, and the announcement, "Stand back, I have a mustard seed, and I'm not afraid to use it." And then the third thing that helps us move beyond life's pain is Jabez learned to pray. He learned the power of prayer. He learned to ask for the help of God. He understood the power of prayer. Ask, and it's given to you. Seek, you'll find. Knock, it's opened. And so in the midst of life's pain, Jabez asked to be delivered from it, and God granted his request. Jabez was more honorable than his brothers. His mother had named him Jabez, saying, "I gave birth to him in pain." Jabez cried out to the God of Israel, "Oh, that you would bless me and enlarge my territory. Let your hand be with me and keep me from harm, so that I will be free from pain." And God granted his request. May God move us beyond pain in our lives. Amen.